Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Northwest Mohawk Basketball right here on BMG Media, coming to you live tonight from Zane Trace High School over around the Chillicothe area for sectional high school basketball. And joining us this evening as our caller guy, very dear friend and associate pastor of mine, Mr. Brian Bear. Brian, it is a privilege to have you on the air with us tonight.
You know, we're back by popular demand, Bub. This is the Bub and Brian hour here.
B&B.
B&B hour.
That's it.
Here at St. Trace High School. We had so much fun last couple of years actually.
We have.
Calling some games together, and it's a really great privilege to be back with you all here at BMG Media. Thank you for allowing our Northwest community to be able to sponsor this game tonight, and we're looking for a tremendous sectional final matchup.
It went real well for us the last couple seasons. We partnered up at Wellston on a few games, then also at the Convocation Center in Athens, and looking for another great high school matchup tonight. Brian, we have Northwest coming in here with a terrific record. We're going to let you tell us all about that.
Finished the season at, actually we're sitting at 20-3 right now, which is the first 20-win season in school history. It's been a historic year for the Northwest Mohawks. Of course, riding on the backs of the four seniors in the starting lineup, number 1, Connor Lentz, and number 12, Tanner Bolin, both 1,000-point scorers. That's the first time in Northwest history that we've had two teammates reach that 1,000-point mark, which is a tremendous accomplishment in itself.
Absolutely.
And then you've got, as well, conference champions, outright conference champions, first time in 26 years. Of course, the new realigned SOC. Got some haters out there, but you're always going to have haters in anything, especially when you're winning. But the Northwest Mohawks, 3 losses on the season. Waverly early in the year, a very tough game there. South Webster at home by 3, and then just a couple of games ago, lost a heartbreaker to a very good Eastern Beaver team. Beaver actually piked in Eastern, and just one of those nights where everything wasn't working for us. We never felt comfortable. And then Jay Swipe from Eastern lights us up for 29 in 3 quarters. And, that was a 6-point loss there. But still able to come away with that conference title. And Coach Rick Scarberry, old school Rick, he's going to get it done. These players play at the top-notch level, running constantly, never stop moving. Probably the SOC Defensive Player of the Year, and Jay Jenkins, number 10. And so they're going to have their hands tonight against a tough Adena team coming in at 16-7 record, 10-4 in conference play. But we're talking about SVC is no slouch.
Very tough conference. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Coach Scarberry. I'll tell you a little bit about him first, I guess, before I turn it over to you. We go way back from my officiating years as coach being on the sideline. He's the type of coach that really demands an official to give it the best. Give it their best when they're on the court. And if you didn't, he'd let you know about it.
Yes, he would.
Of course, our crew, when we officiated, we really took a lot of pride in what we done, and it was always a privilege to work for Coach Scarberry. Just a great guy. We certainly think the world of he and his son and his family, and just great folks. And being able to turn the program around at Northwest as to where they're at right now with the 20-3 record, man, that is no easy feat what they've accomplished down there.
No easy feat at all. A tough non-conference schedule as well, and they were able to pull off some really great victories. It's been a season roller coaster, not only emotionally but also physically. We've had some injuries, we've had some sickness, had a couple of games where we couldn't play because of sickness, and those had to be rescheduled. And that's a lot on a head coach to be able to keep their players excited and also keep them motivated, because it's a long season. I mean, that's 23 games, and now you got free basketball here, and wanting to get a sectional win for these Northwest Mohawks, which we've had some great teams over the years.
One thing that may bring them back to reality, Brian, was the loss that you mentioned that they had recently to Beaver Eastern. Maybe kind of brought themselves back to reality a little bit.
Absolutely did. It was actually, I talked to my wife and several community members. It was probably a good loss. The seeding was already out for the year, so it wasn't going to hurt our seeding. We are still going to win the conference, right? But what that did is that kind of motivated us. And the next 2 games, we won by over 30 on that Wednesday, and then the following night,
there you go,
by 30 some, and then the first West Union the other night. We won by 50. So, they're playing at a high level right now. And so but still, this Adena team, I mean, pretty much a home game here at St. Trace High School.
Yes.
This is in their conference. So they're familiar with this court. We were kind of alluding to that, here as we got 90 seconds before tip-off. We were alluding this is a shorter court than what they normally play. So that, hopefully no one told him that. We know that.
A smaller court like this, it can be to an advantage if you're a defensive-minded team.
Right.
And it can be a nightmare for an offensive-minded team because the court is just a little bit smaller than what you would play even at Adena. Their court is 2 feet longer, and most of the courts around in the area. But defensively speaking, it enables you as a coach to be able to set up defenses much different than what you would on a large court. So it's going to be interesting tonight. 20-3 record for the Northwest Mohawks and 16-7 for the Adena Warriors. Looking for a great matchup here tonight at Zane Trace High School. Again, Brian Bear, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you Mohawk basketball here tonight on BMG Media. If you have friends that want to tune in, please have them tune in to YouTube just on YouTube. Yeah. We're getting that signal, so be sure and tune us in there. We'll do our best for you this evening. Again, high school basketball action at its best right here, coming to you live from Zane Trace High School. It's the Mohawks and the Warriors getting ready to tip it off here in just about 15 seconds. So what we're going to do, we're going to have you stay right here with us as they get ready to play the national anthem. As soon as that is done, we'll be right back for high school basketball action. So stay right here with us until the national anthem is over. We'll be right back with you. Stay tuned with us. Welcome back here with us once again, fans. It's Mohawk basketball right here on BMG Media. Brian Bear and I'm Bub Norris bringing you your action tonight from Zane Trace High School as the Northwest Mohawks get ready to tee it up here, Brian, against the Adena Warriors. We're going to let you go over our sponsors at this time.
Yeah, we want to thank some individuals and businesses for sponsoring this game tonight through BMG Media. First of all, Billy Crabtree, we want to thank him. Andy and Misty Lentz, Kurt and Jessica Smith, and also ITAN of Lucasville and Portsmouth, and Infinity and Beyond Salon in Lucasville as well. Proud supporters of Mohawk basketball here on BMG Media. We do have the starting lineups. You want me to go ahead and get those out of the way as well?
Absolutely.
For the Adena Warriors, number 0, Lucas King. He's a sophomore. Number 1, senior Caden Lee. Number 2, senior Easton Hennis. Number 20, senior Jody Ader. And number 23, senior Bryson Smith. And for the Northwest Mohawks, which will be the home team on the scoreboard, we have number 1, senior Connor Lentz, number 4, senior Caleb Lewis, number 10, senior Jay Jenkins, and senior number 12, Tanner Boland, and sophomore number 23, Logan Wolfenbarker.
Brian, we were talking about earlier before we came on the air, SVC basketball has always been a great tradition for as many years as I can remember. I officiated in the league for 30 years, and a great basketball league.
Yeah.
And Adena has always been pretty much a part of that.
Finishing third in the season this year behind the, Unionoto, Sherman's, they're just top-notch this year.
Every year.
Tremendous team.
Yes.
And they're always up there. Then, of course, Zane Trace, always a tough out. And so Adena having that tough schedule. And, these teams met each other about halfway in the season on January the 20th at Northwest. The Mohawks prevailed on that Saturday night game, 55-39. But you know what? That's in the past, Bub. I mean, this is a brand-new game.
Throw the records out the door.
Different facility tonight. We're going to cut down some nets tonight. Somebody's going to cut them down. And it's going to be critical for these Mohawks to get off on a very quick start. And you mentioned defense. They do ride on their defense, and they are going to play some tough D. So a great officiating crew here tonight. Mr. Deemer, Mr. Hiles, and
Mr. Seaman.
Mr. Seaman,
Yes,
thank you.
PD Seaman. Yes.
So that good officiating crew. We'll see how they set the tone of this game right away.
All right, folks, we're ready to get action underway. 8 minutes on the clock. Players step in the circle,
Good crowd here tonight.
and we're ready to get action underway.
Kind of exciting in it. Got some cold chills.
Mohawks come away with it. Jay Jenkins with the ball out top. I guess we are going to jump it again.
Re-jump it.
Okay. Not sure what happened, but let's start it over. Now, folks, you'll have to forgive me if I call the Mohawks the Rockets tonight. Don't think anything about it. All right?
Yeah, I'm the voice of the Mohawks usually, and you're the voice of the Rockets. So
This will be the Mo Rockets.
Mo Rockets. There we go.
Back out top to Jenkins. In the corner to number 12, Boland. For the three, nothing but the bottom of the net.
That's your 1,000-point score right there, getting it started early. He dropped 50 this year against Western early in the season. That was a school record for Northwest as well.
Number 1 to the rack, shot, layup, score. That's Caden Lee for the Warriors. Just getting action underway here at Zane Trace High School. Steal by the Warriors. And we have a foul on the play.
It's like the Warriors going into this 2-1-2 defense, kind of spreading the floor, as you made mention, taking advantage of this smaller court. And Caleb Lewis with a quick foul on the steal.
Lee with the ball for the Warriors. Over to number 20 on the wing. That's Ader. Over to Lee once again. Back out top to number 2, Hennis.
Man-to-man defense for the Mohawks.
Lee with the one-handed shot. No good. Rebound. Warriors back up. Shot and scored. Put back by number 20, Jody Ader.
Good job by Ader to keep his presence there against Tanner Boland. Boland, not a good box out there. Probably like to have that back.
4-3 your score. Warriors on top. Steal by King for the Warriors. Over to number 23, Smith. To number 22, Hennis. We have a foul on the play by number 23, Logan Wolfenbarker.
Yeah. Wolfenbarker chasing Smith down and blocking it from the back, but got some contact there on the body as he was going up. Excuse me, that was Hennis. Free throws so critical, aren't they, in games
Absolutely,
like this?
game changers. Hennis for the first shot. It is good. 5-4 your score with 6:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Just getting things underway here at Zane Trace High School. Brian Bear on Bub Norris bringing you Mohawk basketball tonight right here on BMG Media.
Ethan Crabtree coming in for the senior Lewis. Crabtree getting a lot of minutes as of late.
Hennis' second shot also is good. Make it 6-3. The Warriors on top of the Mohawks here early. 6:30 to go in the first quarter.
See how Adena's making himself bigger than what they are.
Stretching the defense.
Yeah. And the Mohawks just going to have to do that. Fake pass, bounce passing, find that middle and that short corner. It's
one thing I've noticed, Brian, about the Mohawks already, from what I have been able to see in years past, is they're very athletic built kids.
Yeah.
Where in times past, we haven't really seen that a
No,
lot
you're
up
right.
through. And that's one of the first things I noticed. The kids are built to play the sport.
Very
Goes up
good
to the shot.
athletes. Lewis and Jenkins are soccer players. So, the endurance factor is there. Boland's really hit the weight room this year, and Lentz has as well, being a football player. So they really prided themselves in, the off-season workouts.
Smith to the rack, block. Great call by the official. Great call. Not many officials can make that call. He called a held ball, jump ball situation. It's going to stay Warrior basketball. And Lee will be taking it out for the Warriors. Gets it inside to number 23, Smith. Back out top to Hennis. Hennis guarded by number 5. Takes it to the rack. Shot no good. Put back. No good. Nice drive to the basket, number 1. That's Lentz. No good. Lee comes away with it for the Warriors with 5:25 to go in the first. Hennis with it out top for the Warriors on the right wing. Little shake and bake out top, backs it back out, going to reset his offense. Over to number 20, and that would be Ader. Ader looks at the back door, passes it back out to number 23 for the 3, and he drains it, and that's Bryson Smith. 9 3-year score. 5 minutes to go. And the experienced Scarberry on the sideline, not too shaken at the moment.
No, they've been in these situations before. It's a game of going back and forth, a lot of times. It's going to be a tough physical game. We're already seeing that.
What we've noticed so far defensively for the Warriors is they've pushed the offense back.
Yeah.
Shot up by the Warriors, no good. Rebound, number 23, Wolfenbarker for the Mohawks. Back out top to Wolfenbarker.
Mohawks just need to be calm, be patient. Ball fake. Get you a good, this back door is going to be open. And Carpenter, Ethan Crabtree rather, with a turnover.
Lee with the ball out top for the Warriors. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 9 3-year score. Steal by the Mohawks. Takes it to the track. Shot.
Great job by Wolfenbarker. He's a sophomore. He's a shooter. He's a 2-year starter already.
Wow.
And has really come along here in the second half of the season. We've alluded to the fact he's really found his key to what his key is on this team.
9 5-year score. Hennis to the pass out to the left corner. And the Warriors are on fire so far, folks. Lucas King drains the 3, make it 12-5 with 3:30 to go here in the first. Jenkins with it out top, over to Lentz. Back out top to Jenkins, over to number 23 on the right side, and that's Wolfenbarger. Shot up, no good. Rebound Warriors. Seems like the Warriors are shooting percentages 80%.
Yeah.
Mohawks still trying to get in the rhythm.
Not in a rhythm at all so far, and they're not able to get the second chance opportunities, as Adena's really done a great job on the board. That's a good ball fake there.
Caden Lee. And the Mohawks right now, Brian, burn a timeout. 14-5 your score with 3:02 to go here in the first.
They need a good. That's a good timeout by Coach Scarberry there. They're down by 9. There's no need to get in a hurry. They just need to play their game. It's going to take patience on the offensive end, and also getting inside to get some of them rebounds, them offensive rebounds. One thing that the Mohawks have played into, teams have went man against them most of the year, and that's a danger zone. So Adena's done their homework, especially after the first time they played them. We beat them by 19, I think, the first time, or 17. So they've done their homework since then, and Mohawks are going to have to just be patient.
Right now, Brian, what I see is the Warriors have a little extra step in their giddy-up.
A little extra, yeah.
Okay?
A little extra
and they
fire.
are forcing the Mohawks to push their offense out. They're extending the zone defense, and they're forcing the defense and the offense way outside of the scoring zone. So,
and everybody's moving. None of them are standing still, and they're causing havoc.
Mohawks looking for the open guy. Number 10 takes it to the rack. That's Preston. Shot no good. Back up by number 1, score, and that was Caden Lee on the putback for the Mohawks.
Connor Lentz, actually.
Connor Lentz,
That's right.
wrong guy.
Wrong team. That's okay. Lentz got his 1,000 points earlier this year. Very prolific scorer. Good defense there by Wolfenbarker.
Smith. Good call by the officials. It's going to put Smith to the line to shoot 2 with 2:07 remaining here in the first quarter. Mohawks trailing 14-7.
Lentz is going to get called for that one, and that will be a shooting foul. Now they're going to call it on the floor, maybe. They are going to call it on the floor.
Oh. Okay.
I think Adena fans wanted a shooting foul.
We'll take it, right?
Yeah. 3 fouls to none so far. Nice job. And Wolfenbarker is going to get called for a foul. And that'll be his second, I believe. It's always a danger zone when you leave your feet.
It's going to send King to the line to shoot 2 for the Warriors with 2:05 remaining in the first.
As you know, this year the rule change with the fouls, clearing off at the end of each quarter.
It's really been a game changer, what
really
we've noticed
has.
over the course of the season.
A lot of strategy this year, especially coming down to the end of games. It's made it a lot more exciting, I think. The games, flowed a lot more quicker. It makes 3 throws even that more important.
Rebound, Wolfenbarger. Back to Wolfenbarger out top. Number 10 with the shot from 3, no good. That was Jenkins. Warriors come away with it.
Mohawks still not comfortable. They're really just trying to
seem a little bit out of sync tonight.
They're forcing some things up, and it's gonna change here on the defensive end. They need a couple stops, and they're just right now. I hate to use big words, but a little lackadaisical on the boards.
Well, what we're seeing is 2 different types of defenses. You have the Mohawks playing a very tight man-to-man defense, and the Warriors back on the other end of the court have played a 3-2 zone defense, which is definitely a difference, which is pushing the Mohawks away from the basket and forcing them to shoot the outside shot. Number 23, great defense there by the Mohawks. Comes away with it on the steal, and that's a Lentz on the steal. He's going to take it to the rack. Euro move, no good. Mohawks come away with it, and they're going to give it right back to him.
They are. Official right there with a good angle.
With 1:05 to go in the first.
Adena's coach not happy with that call. Going to lob it into Lentz here.
Shot from the paint, score. 15-9 your score with 1 minute to go in the first.
Be good.
Again, the Mohawks, no doubt, Brian, know what they're up against.
Oh, they sure do.
Against Adena, and they're going to stay with the man-to-man defense here. Good defense there by Jenkins. Also, Wolfenbarker on the defense. There you go. You turn up the defense, and this is what happens.
That's an and 1 there by Lentz.
The reason I agree with that call is because the defender, you have to be set if you're going to take that even though the offensive player made the aggressive move, the defensive player has to get there. And he wasn't there to be able to take that charge call.
I love how Deemer waited on the play to, didn't call the block or the charge instantaneously. He waited on that play to develop.
And that's what we teach officials to do. We call that post and stay. You post it, and then you wait for like 2 seconds and then make your call. Great job by the official.
What a turnaround here for the Mohawks.
Back to a 3-point game. 15-12 your score. Warriors on top. Mohawks on the comeback, turning it up on the defensive side of things. No good. Rebound, Mohawks.
10 seconds.
Boland back over to Wolfenbarker. To the corner to number 5. That's Crabtree. Back out top to Wolfenbarker. To the corner to number 5. Out of bounds. With 0.5 of a second remaining on the clock. By rule, he can catch it and create a legal shot with 0.5 to go. And he's going to wing it the length of the court. And at the end of 1, It's the Adena Warriors 15.
And really,
the Northwest Mohawks.
Really, your
12.
Northwest Mohawks should be thankful it's only a 3-point game.
Exactly.
It's a close. Well, and they picked up the intensity, as you said, in at the end of the quarter there. So,
Brian, let's take a
run
rundown of our sponsors at this time.
Again, we want to thank Billy Crabtree, Andy and Misty Lentz, Kurt and Jessica Smith, also ITAN of Portsmouth and Lucasville, and Infinity and Beyond Salon of Lucasville as well. Thank them for their support of Mohawk basketball here on BMG Media. And I definitely, as a community, I thank our Northwest community. When I put out the plea for sponsors for this game, first of all, secured you guys, make sure you were open. And then it was in a matter of, just a couple hours. I had all that I needed plus more just in case. So that's
and again, that's a special thank you going out to all those sponsors to help make this possible. We love doing it for the communities, love doing it for the kids. That's really what this is all about, is for the kids, to get them extra exposure. And, thank you to all of the sponsors. Brian, again, we mentioned Mohawks really turned up the defense. They're staying with the man-to-man defense defensively, but they just turned the heat up just a bit.
Yeah, they have. And it really, they've allowed Adena to make mistakes. And they have made Adena pay for them by getting an and one, getting an easy bucket. And we'll see if they can't continue that intensity here as Adena stays in the 3-2 zone. I'm kind of shocked that, they're going to put Caleb Lewis back in.
But you can see that zone defense, folks, as you're watching on TV. You can see the zone defense just pushing the Mohawks away from the basket. Nice seam move right there by number 12 up and score. And that's Boland.
Yeah, Tanner Boland. He and Connor are right there, going to be neck and neck for SOC Player of the Year in the SOC 2. But he has a keen ability to square up to the basket better than just about anybody.
Good call by the official.
Yeah, really good.
What we're seeing right now, Brian, the shots that were falling in the first quarter for the Warriors are not falling now. They've missed the last 2 or 3 really easy shots under the basket, and the Mohawks able to come away with it and also pick up a foul. So first foul of the quarter.
It was a close game when they played each other in the first half, and the third quarter was a turnaround for us. And so you kind of feel that way. It's going to take a big quarter here, but it's one and done now.
Absolutely.
And these teams aren't going to leave. They're going to leave. Put everything out there on the court.
Wolfenbarker back out to Jenkins. Jenkins over to number 4. That's Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis back in the game for Crabtree. This is your normal starting 5.
Number 4 from the corner for the 3. No good. Rebound Warriors.
Lewis has the ability he's very streaky 3-point shooter. He had 15 this year in a game and 5 for 5 from behind the arc. So he has the ability to do that, mainly used for his defensive efforts.
What we see the Mohawks doing now, Brian, again, staying in that man-to-man defense, but cutting down on the passing lanes to the paint.
Right.
And taking away the easy drive to the basket. Perfect example of it right there. Force the Warrior player to drive outside the paint instead of to the basket. But then again, the Warriors turn it over.
That's very uncharacteristic. Very uncharacteristic for Mr. Jenkins there.
Lee with the ball for the Warriors. 6:20 remaining here in the first half. Warriors on top by 1. 15-14 your score. Mohawks staying in the man-to-man defense.
I've seen
Smith with it. I'm sorry.
I've seen this year all across the board, the intensity and speed of high school basketball has changed so much over the last few years. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an easy call.
Yep.
Easy call unless he left his feet. And
what I see with both of these teams so far tonight, Brian, is obviously the SVC is terrific league for basketball. Has been for years. Mohawks now have turned the corner with their basketball program and able to compete at a high level with the teams in the SVC. And the SOC as far as that goes. They went down to South Webster by just a few points.
Yeah, 3 points there. They're the number 1 seed in Division 4, South Webster. And that SOC 3, the new SOC 3, which is your bigger school like Berg and Waverly, that was a tough conference this year. And about all those SOC 3 teams have got a 1 or a 2 seed, so very tough conference. But Mohawks have done, and the future is bright for them as well. The JV team this year don't necessarily have a conference title. Look, that was all lower to shoulder there.
Yeah,
probably.
And you see when an official makes that call, that defender, his torso has to be right in front of the offensive player to be able to get that call.
Right.
And that was the difference between that play and the other one we spoke about just a little bit ago.
How close do you think high school is from getting the half arc?
Probably
the
not.
basket?
I don't see that happening anytime really. But again, I didn't anticipate the foul change to what they did either. So great move there.
Yeah, really good move
by number 20.
Got
Jody Ader.
Got an injury on the floor there. Looks like he's okay. Now, will he have to come out even though he's...
No, the officials didn't beckon the coach out, but the coach is going to burn a timeout right now anyway, it appears.
Yeah. Yeah, he will burn a timeout.
He's going to take a timeout.
Instead of substituting.
So what happens in that situation if the official stops the game and beckons the coach out on the floor, Brian, then that player by rule has to go out until the clock starts and stops again. So they did not. The coach didn't have to come out right there, but he took a timeout anyway to give his player a break. Right. So, yeah, that's 5:22 remaining here in the half. 18-14 your score. Warriors on top of the Mohawks, but what a terrific basketball game on a Friday night.
It feels like a fourth quarter already, Both stands full here on both sides, even in the upper section. We got the next game coming in. I think Miami Trace and Washington Courthouse maybe or the next game, division.
Those two right in each other's backyard.
Wow. Got to come all the way here.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. So
I remember back in the days when Art Schleister went to Miami High School, Miami Trace. You probably don't remember that.
I know Art Schleister.
But yeah, he went to Miami Trace High School and set all kind of records. Ohio State guy, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah. That's a little stab at our owner.
At our producer here tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. He dropped on his head at birth. I don't know, I guess. Michigan fan, so.
That's all right. Looks. I'm sorry. It's Miami.
What's that saying? Moving right along.
Yeah.
5:20 to go here in the half.
New Lex and Miami Trace. So that's still going to be a good game.
Mohawks with it, down by 4 with a little over 5 to go in the half. Wolfenbarker shot no good. Rebound Mohawks. They're off to the races. Let's see if they can get a stop. What a block!
Good block by Wolfenbarker. That was a great, you could tell it was either going to be a foul or a block, and he timed that perfectly.
You can see the energy level just since about halfway through the first quarter for the Mohawks. Coach Scarberry got their attention.
Yeah, he sure did. He knows how to do that. They know the importance, and these kids, they're all great kids, every one of them, and they know how much support they've got from the community. When they lost that game against Eastern, that tough loss, all they kept saying is, we don't want to disappoint our community, and that meant a lot. It meant a lot.
Great defense. Great defense.
Yeah,
Lentz coming away with it, and we have a foul, but that was a pretty good foul to stop the fast break.
Yeah.
4-point game right here.
Easy bucket there on the other end if that doesn't happen. I don't think he's in any foul trouble per se. So it's 2-2 on the board right now as far as team totals.
In the corner to Bolin.
Mohawks need a basket here.
Out to Jenkins out top.
I'm stating the obvious, right?
Back out to Jenkins. Over to Lentz. Again, now we're seeing what we call matchup zone for a 3. It's good. Jay Jenkins.
That's not normally his MO, and so if he can rip off a couple of those, that could be dangerous. That opens up everything else. Tanner Bolin and Connor Lentz, number 1 and 12. They're your drive to the hole kind of guys, even though Tanner can light it up. That's why this team is so dangerous this year. Every one of them can handle the ball. Every one of them can shoot. Every one of them can drive. And that's a pretty good 5-tool system there in high school basketball.
Ader with it, brings it out top. Gives it up to Hennis. 2:35 to go in the first half. 1 point game, 18-17. Your score, Warriors on top of the Mohawks. Steal by Jenkins. Reverse spin. Shot up, no good. That should be Mohawk ball.
Yeah, it should be Mohawk
Absolutely.
ball. Jenkins probably should have just taken it up.
Mohawks looking to take their first lead of the night on this possession. 3:22 to go in the half.
This Zane Trace Stadium here has a rail where people
Nice
can
move.
stand and watch the game.
What a
Nice
rebound. What a rebound.
Good job by Lentz.
By Lentz as he got some air under his shoes
He
on
does,
that
buddy.
one.
He can get up.
First lead of the night for the Mohawks. 3:05 to go in the half. Whole new ball game, Brian. Again, those shots are not falling for the Warriors like they did in the first quarter.
Exactly right. But you know what? They're not staying with them either. They were getting their offensive rebounds. Good defense there by Smith.
Smith on the block for the Warriors. Ahead to Hennis. Guarded by Wolfenbarker. What a basketball game here tonight on a Friday night at Zane Trace High School. Hennis to the rack. Gives it up. Steal Mohawks.
He got caught in air and I didn't know if he wanted to shoot it or
Need to slow down just
slow
a little
down.
bit.
Yeah.
That's what the Warriors coach is telling his kids. Slow down.
Scarberry doing the same thing. Getting a little ugly here. Both teams got to be gassed. They're playing so hard.
Smith to the rack. No good. Again, not able to finish on those right around the basket, Brian.
And they were falling so well for them in the first quarter. Like to see, don't want that. I'd like to see these Mohawks drive it a little bit, get some cuts. They're kind of standing around on the outside, and I think their game is cut to the middle, get some open looks that way.
Smith with it on the left wing. Out top to King. King to Lee for the three. No good. Rebound, Warriors, number 20.
Nice block by Wolfenbarger. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Second block he's made in this quarter.
He's had a heck of a defensive game already. Calls some steals and a couple blocks. That's he thought he had it.
In and out.
He was walking away like he thought he had it.
Inside a minute, 1 point game. Mohawks on top by one.
Man, quick quarter.
Mohawks staying in the man-to-man defense.
Yeah, they won't go away from it. That's their bread and butter. Fighting through the screen. You see him doing that? Fighting through the screens. They're just tough. Smith going to take it in. Trying to draw contact. That's a good move. It's a good move.
A lot of quickness off the ball out top. Warriors back on top by one with 30 seconds to go in the half. Back out top to Jenkins. Inside the 12. Back underneath the Lentz and score.
There you go. They heard me. They heard me up here.
They did. 21-20 your game with 15 seconds remaining in the half.
Don't want no stupid fouls here. Tough shot.
Wow. Lee on the score. At the half.
What a game.
What a high intensity, high octane first half here at Zane Trace High School. It's the Adena Warriors at the half, 22-21 over the Northwest Mohawks. Brian Bear, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action tonight via BMG Media right here from Zane Trace High School. Brian, let's hit our sponsors real quick.
I want to thank Billy Crabtree, Indy and Misty Lentz, Kurt and Jessica Smith, I-10 of Portsmouth and Lucasville, and also Infinity and Beyond Salon in Lucasville as well. Thank you for supporting Mohawk basketball on BMG Media. We'll take a break?
Absolutely. We're going to take a break, folks. About 9:40 remaining in the half, and we'll be back in just a bit. Welcome back, Mohawk fans, here on BMG Media. Brian Bear, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your sectional high school action from Zane Trace High School. Brian, this first half was nothing less or short than electric and exciting.
It was very electric. I thought there for a minute at the beginning of the first quarter, I'm wondering, did our Mohawks come to play? And I was, kind of a little down in the dumps there a little bit. Then I knew they just needed to get woke up. And once they
it's
a couple
Friday
of defensive
night,
stops, and they did just exactly that. And wow, got a lead, and then it was back and forth. And it's a 1-point lead now. They're very fortunate to be in that position. They're not, they won't be in any hurry. They're going to play their same game. They're going to stay in that man-to-man. I almost 100% think that Adena is going to stay in that 3-2 zone. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. I mean, they had a lot of success with that in the first half, as we mentioned several times, as they were able to push the Mohawk offense further away from the basket. But then again, defensively, come to the other end, and the Mohawks just really turned it up defensively and made some plays, made some things happen, and got themselves right back in this thing.
I think that a major key for the Mohawks, and you may be able to shed some light on this as well. I kind of like what they were doing there at the end of the half, cutting to the middle. That back door, the back door was there. I think a little bit more of that instead of just settling for a three.
They work the ball in more.
Yeah,
and
that'll
draw opportunity.
Draw the defense in, get you guys, because the threes they're taking haven't been open. They've just taken them.
They've been forced shots. Yeah,
and so if you collapse that defense, maybe draw some fouls. I don't think anybody really is in any foul trouble. For the Mohawks, I know Wolfenbarger has 2, Lentz has 2. Not sure about the other side. I usually keep those things, but I didn't this time.
You're slacking on us.
I'm sorry. Michael needs to be. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's got
an excuse.
He's running everything.
The Michigan hat.
Yeah, he's got an excuse. They can only do one thing at once. So it's our starting five. See what he did? He muted us. Starting five.
Harbaugh done left for the NFL, so no one's going to talk about.
No one. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Back to high school action.
Basketball 30 is our dear friend up at Athens.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Lou.
We got Tanner Boland, Connor Lentz, Wolfenbarger, Caleb Lewis, and Jay Jenkins. That's your normal 5 for the Mohawks. And I don't know if Adena's even subbed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think they have. They're remaining with Lucas King, Caden Lee, Easton Hennis, Jody Ader, and Bryson Smith. And that's
if not, that could come back to bite you in the fourth quarter. I've seen that.
Really could.
I've seen that happen. But again, you lose and you go home.
Right.
So
last time this team met, the Mohawks ripped off a big third quarter. So let's see if they can do that again.
Ader with the ball in the corner. Guarded by Bowen. Back out top to number 2. That's Hennis. Inside to number 0. Nowhere to go. Great defense by Lentz.
Earlier in the year, he would have left his feet and fell for that fake, but now he stayed right there where he needed to be.
Jenkins with it out top.
So now we got more of I would say more of a one.
They're kind of like in a matchup zone.
Yeah.
Mohawks looking to work it inside.
A little Jim Boeheim.
Patience.
A little Jim Boeheim on us.
Shoot that in there.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, he was open. Should have shot that. Appreciate the unselfishness, but, that's a 3-footer all day.
Yeah, we were taught anytime you're inside the paint and you have a shot and you don't take it, you probably end up sitting beside the coach after that.
Right. Yeah.
7:08 to go here in the third. Mohawks trail by 1.
Nice cut.
Make it 3. 24-21. And the Warriors, Brian, so far tonight, not intimidated at all.
No, they're not. And it always helps to have had played a team early in the year that you know what they can do, you know what they're capable of. And they came to play tonight. There's no doubt about it.
Lentz with it in the corner. Back out top to Jenkins. Looks at a 3. Pulls the trigger. Shot no good. Rebound. The Warriors come away with it.
Unfortunate there. Lentz had it in his hand, and as he was coming down, Lewis went for it and kind of hit it off his head. So,
yeah, the Warriors not going away. This thing is all indications it's going to go to the wire.
And they're playing tough and quick and intense. I mean, and they don't look gassed at all. Both teams look fresh, in my opinion.
With a little turnaround shot, no good. Rebound by Lewis.
They're hoping those to go in because they are sending nobody down underneath to help rebound.
Again, the Warriors just stretching that zone defense. Lentz to the rack, shot,
Yes.
score!
That's
and
what
one.
we need to do right there. Lentz is so creative and able to make those shots that look so awkward, but able to put it up and then draw contact. Looking to tie this game up with the original three-point play, right?
The old-fashioned three with 5:50 to go here in the third. Shot on the way by Lentz, and we're all tied up at 24.
Jenkins picking the offensive guy up at half court now. That's a tough shot. And, you know, lack of boxing out there again. That's what we just alluded to. Foul on Lewis.
Well, the Warriors are so athletic.
They are.
They have 2 or 3 kids that can take the ball to the rack and play around the rim.
That's Lewis's third. So I thought he only had 2, but apparently he got called for a foul maybe in the first half I wasn't aware of.
First shot no good by Smith for the Warriors. 5:34 to go in the third. We're all tied up at 24. It's a defensive matchup so far here tonight.
Yeah. Coming in for the Mohawks, number 2, Ivan Ely, freshman, getting several minutes here this year.
Those are big shoes to fill for a freshman to come in a sectional final.
He's done a great job. Our JV squad, I know they don't have conference championships, but by record they won the championship this year. So another quick foul there by Jenkins.
That's going to send Ader to the line for 2.
A little bit better on boxing out here. It's back to the fundamentals of basketball.
So the foul's starting to mount up just a little bit for the Mohawks, Brian.
Yeah, that's his first, and so he's fine with that, but still.
First shot is good.
Yeah.
It's one thing that I've noticed about the Mohawks. Although they are picked to win the game, on a lot of times in games like this that are so close, you have one team that comes in and you got a bullseye on your back, okay?
Yeah.
They're going to do everything they can do to knock you off. And Mohawks have not let that really bother them. They're sticking around and still playing their game, which says a lot for the kids and the coach.
Being very patient. And now they just got to watch their passing here, not doing any stupid turnovers. You know, and that just comes by, you know, fake a pass, make a pass. You know, that's the old saying how that goes. And cutting to the lane. Jenkins is there. Good job by Jenkins to recover Wolfenbarker. Ah.
Good no call. He's going to call it.
He's going to call a blocking. And one. Lentz again.
I think what the official saw on that play, Brian, was while the Mohawk shooter was in the air, he kept coming forward, which is a no-no, which when you take the feet out from underneath the shooter, it's an automatic call, and I think that's what the official saw on that play. Had he gave the shooter Lentz room to return to the floor, he probably would have been okay.
Kind of the same principle you have when you're boxing out around the three-point line.
Yes.
You got to let them land.
Got to let them return to the floor.
1 point lead for the Mohawks now.
And the Warriors are just so quick. That's going to be white ball. Yep. Absolutely.
Now the Mohawk faithful.
27-26. Ohio high school basketball at its best.
Man. Big game coming up here next after this one. We're not covering that game, but Miami Trace and New Lex, that's going to be a huge game there in Division II.
Again, the Mohawks very patient with the ball, which is something they weren't real patient with in the first half.
Exactly
Number
right.
2, the freshman for the 3. What a putback by Wolfenbarker. Score. Mohawks up by 3.
Now the Mohawks getting fired up. Looks like Adena's going to make some substitutions here.
Brian, you're right. Coach Scarberry loves the man defense.
Oh, yeah, he ain't getting away from it. There ain't no way. Yeah, nice job there. That's Lucas King, the sophomore. Man, he's big for a sophomore.
What a game.
Kind of ironic, both teams have the same, you have 4 seniors and a sophomore starting this game for both squads. That's pretty ironic, actually. Got to get out of that corner, yeah. Nice ball
nice
fake.
move.
We're going to call it on the floor, I guess, yes.
We're going to give him 2 shots.
Oh, they're going to give him 2?
Yeah, and the actual official rule, I hate to sound like a rule book,
no,
but
that's
the
fine.
actual official ruling on that,
yeah.
when a player has the ball with the gather, you may have remembered that.
Oh, yeah.
When you gather the ball, that's actually part of the shot.
Okay.
So you have to, that's continuous motion, and you have to put them on the line to shoot it. By rule, that's how they call that. First shot rolls around.
If memory
down.
serves, most of the comments I received from our games in the past have been they love the fact that you bring out the explanations. Because we don't know what goes through the hard rock mind of a referee.
30 years of it, I've kind of been there. If it's happened to an official, it's probably happened to me.
There. Yeah.
Mohawks up by 3, 31-28 here in the third with 3:20 remaining in the third. Mohawks staying in a man-to-man defense.
High school basketball is such a game of momentum, and it's now in the favor of the Mohawks right now. Let's see if Adena can bring that back. As patient as they are on offense, Bub, they need to be as patient on defense, the Mohawks.
Great backdoor cut. Great backdoor cut by the Warriors. And Francis on the score for the Warriors. Back to a 1-point game.
Francis taking advantage of the freshman Ely just getting into this game.
Great move to the basket.
Yeah.
Not able to finish.
Probably wanted to contact, but that's good defense there. Smith's got his mind made up. He's taking it. Nice job by Ely to recover off the side of the backboard there. Now Adena's making some more substitutions that we haven't seen him make in this game. Ely with the shot. Timeout, Adena.
We have a timeout on the floor. 2:14 to go in the third. Mohawks on top by 1, 31-30 your score. Brian, let's run down a list of our sponsors at this time.
Yeah, we definitely want to thank ITAN of Portsmouth and Lucasville, and also Infinity Beyond Salon. Both of those the same owner. We really appreciate their support of Northwest Mohawk basketball. Kurt and Jessica Smith, Andy and Misty Lentz, and Billy Crabtree. They're just great community members. And Billy, a former alum of the Northwest Mohawks, knows what it means to be on this court in tournament time. He said, I want to support these young men. And
absolutely.
So we certainly thank him.
Thank you so much, folks, for your support, which allows us to be able to do what we're doing tonight, to bring it to the public. And this all started back at the beginning of COVID.
Right.
We'll talk maybe more about that in just a little bit. But 2:14 to go here in the third. Mohawks on top by 1, 31-30 your score. It's not a high-scoring affair. It's been a defensive matchup all night.
And we say it so often, no matter what sport you play, defense wins championships.
King with the ball out top, kicks it over to Smith. Great defense by the Mohawks. Man-to-man defense still. Smith backs it out. Going to reset their offense with 1:50 to go in the third. Mohawks on top by 1. Lee with it out top. Little shake and bake. Gives it up to King. King reverse move. Great defense again by the Mohawks, and they score.
Yeah, Wolfenbarker cheated a little bit to try to fill the gap there in the lane and left Left number 14 open there.
Mohawks back on top, or rather let's just erase that altogether.
Oh boy, that's
Mohawks on top 34-32 now.
That's 6 for Jenkins, and that looked good out of the hand. I was confident.
Good looking form.
Yeah, he's a great shooter. He just don't shoot it enough. I think everybody, but his MO's been his defense. He's just known for that. Usually, don't matter how tall the gentleman is. Usually, the best player on the opposing team, Jenkins has that assignment.
Oh,
nice
great power move to the basket by Lucas King for the Warriors.
I mean,
54 seconds to go in the third.
Lucas King's a sophomore. You talk about a great future for the Adena Warriors, having him in your lineup.
Great ball movement by the Mohawks.
Jenkins again. Oh, no. Oh, that looked good. Ely,
great
nice
rebound by the freshman.
Yeah. He read that coming off the rim, didn't he?
I thought he was going to pull a Michael Jordan, peel it back, slam, jam, thank you, ma'am, right to the rack.
He probably thought it looked like that. Ivan's a great kid, like our JV team, winning, quote unquote, by record, won the conference there. Great team and really integral part of that JV team and working his way up into the varsity. And I think he's got
little varsity jitters.
Jitters, yeah. And his team's he can do it. There's no doubt. This one will be over the backboard.
I remember my first shot ever as a freshman. I played and started as a freshman. We went on the road to Ironton.
Right.
My first shot was off the top of the backboard.
No doubt. No doubt.
All tied up. 33-34. Out of bounds, Warrior ball.
Less than 30 seconds remain here in the third. I doubt they're going to hold it. They're probably going to. Okay, they may hold it now.
Hennis with the ball out top, 20 seconds to go in the third. Guarded by Wolfenbarker. Smith with it out top.
Yeah. I like for Smith to take this. Now they're going to hand it off. Good defense. Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
Lee with the.
That was a good design play there by Lee. Good screen.
That young man plays Mach 3 with his hair on fire.
But he does, brother. 2-point lead now.
At the end of three. It's the Warriors 36 and the Mohawks 34. Let's hit our sponsors again, Brian.
Want to thank ITAN of Portsmouth and Lucasville, Infinity and Beyond Salon, also of Lucasville, located there in the metropolis of Lucasville, right beside Giovanni's Pizza and Leading Respiratory. And I'll throw those guys out there, even though they're not sponsoring. They're right beside it there, across from Wendy's. We'll say that.
There you go.
That's where they're at. And then Billy Crabtree, Andy and Misty Lentz, and Kurt and Jessica Smith. I want to appreciate them supporting the Mohawk young people, Mohawk basketball here on BMG Media.
You're watching Mohawk basketball right here on BMG Media. Brian Bear, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action from Zane Trace High School for a sectional high school final. These two teams, Brian, all indications this thing's going to the wire.
It definitely will, and every possession is going to matter. Every defensive stand's going to matter, and the crowd is into it. It's hot. It is sweltering in this gymnasium. We got people standing up all over the, kind of like it is at Wellston. You've got that rail, definitely smaller, but they're looking over and excited. Mohawk basketball to open up the quarter.
8 minutes on the clock. Mohawks have it to start the fourth, trailing by 2, 36-34. Jenkins with it out top.
Now Adena back in that 2-1-2 they played there in the first half. Starting 5 out there for the Mohawks.
Pulling in all the stops now.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to have all your best on the floor.
That's
three good? No good. Uh-oh.
Yep, that's going to be four on.
Could be his fourth.
4 on Lewis. They may keep him in. Tanner Boland having a really quiet night. Averages well over 15 to 20 points a game. And the Adena Warriors have done their homework on him and Lentz, but Tanner especially.
The Warriors pretty much all night have played outstanding zone defense.
Yeah, absolutely have. Textbook, I would call it.
And Smith to the rack for the layup. Mohawks now trail by 4, 38-34. Skip pass. Wolfenbarker in the corner. Back out top to Lewis. Back out top to Jenkins. Over to Boland. Lentz is going to have to, at some point this fourth quarter, take over this ball game.
Somebody's going to have to. And Lentz or Boland, like you said, they're going to have to drive it, make something happen, put it on the floor.
You can see that the Warrior defense is just keeping Mohawks pushed outside the three-point shot.
And they're being patient, and we appreciate that, but at some point, that has to go in. No.
And Lentz under the basket for a good rebound. Back out top to number 10 for the shot.
Got it.
Drains the three.
That's a big help.
Jenkins with a three, and the Mohawks take a timeout.
Full timeout there. Wow. I like that. Out of that, long offensive set there, that was probably the longest they've held the ball tonight, and able to come away with a three. I don't care being patient.
As long as we work for the shot,
That's exactly right. I saw a little bit there, when Lewis, ball faked, and the gentleman, I think it was number 20 that was guarding him, Ader, left his feet, and Lewis just kind of stayed there and let him come down. That would have been a wide open lane to the left side. He could have taken advantage of that, and that's just keeping your eyes open. Their normal MO offensively is what Adena's running.
Mm-hmm.
That motion, always going.
Yes.
And that's where they excel. And if somehow they can work that into this zone defense, I think it'll be a
From what I've seen
changer.
so far, the first time for me seeing the Mohawks this year, obviously it's clear that Lentz and Boland are your go-to guys.
Yeah, that's
With
our
the
scores.
next 6 minutes of this game, those guys really are going to have to put this team on their back and push them over the top.
And that's how it's going to happen.
Certainly capable of doing it. They have to penetrate, dribble, penetrate that zone defense, and attract the defense to them and be able to dish it off under the basket. Let's see what happens.
Still man defense. Got to watch that back cut. They've been doing that all night long. Good job there by Boland.
I'm not so sure. I know Coach Scarberry loves the man defense.
Right.
I'm not so sure to avoid that right there, but I don't go to a zone defense to give the Warriors a different look.
Also haven't seen them, either one of these teams, go into full court yet. You got to wonder maybe when that might happen. Oh, my.
Drains it. Tanner Boland for the three.
You can't leave him open.
We just talked about that.
Yeah.
Boland and Lentz are going to have to take over this game for the Mohawks.
Tie ball game. Woo.
Going to have to cut the flash. Don't let them drive the paint.
Yeah.
Good defense.
Yeah, good defense.
Pull that thing out of there. Uh-oh. Oh, we got
Call a foul. Call that on Lewis. That's his fifth.
Oh. Did they get Lewis for that?
I thought they might get Wolfenbarker for that.
I think they did call it on Lewis. They went to the table and signaled 5. That is a game changer.
Yeah, Lewis leaves a standing O. Not
5 minutes to go in the game, you had to leave him in.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Got to leave him in. And Ely's definitely capable defensively.
Great defense by the freshman for the Mohawks. that's where you're going to have to.
Nice rebound by Jenkins.
As the Mohawks, you're going to have to give them a different look because the Warriors have driven the paint all night long.
And that's the way you beat that. Even if it's just for a couple of series,
give them a different look.
Just give them something. But they have not strayed away from man-to-man all year. Hard shot there. Just good defense.
We're all tied at 40, folks, with 4:20 to go.
Lucas King, probably your MVP tonight for Adena, no matter how this game turns out.
Yeah, see, the middle of the paint is wide open.
Wide open, yeah.
And that just creates that one-on-one matchup and being able to drive to the basket. And weren't able to finish.
They're just clearing out. Got an injured player down here.
Come away with it. Oh, my. Look ahead. Look ahead.
Yeah. Number 2 was Gimpy, and then he stayed in the game.
That's their way to baby.
Nice job. That's what we needed.
Again, we spoke about it. Those 2 players have to take the game over for the Mohawks.
Got to call a timeout.
3:35 to go here.
Timeout. Official. Adena, they had an injured player. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a referee question here.
Yes, sir.
You got the pace of play here. Mm-hmm. The Mohawks have a breakaway. Number 2 goes down. He's holding his ankle. Mm-hmm. When do you not stop the game?
You don't stop the game as long as the team with the ball is pushing the ball and making progress up the floor.
Okay.
If they stop and run a set offense, then as an official, you stop, call timeout for the injured player. But as long as the play is progressing toward the basket, it's game on.
Right.
Whoever can score will score.
Now, I don't think the referees caught that unless they out of their peripheral, but the gentleman got up and came out here, was kind of cherry picking, and no, I mean, that's just what I call it.
He was able to get up.
I don't mean that. That's what I would do.
Yeah,
he was able to get up.
In our case, we just can't run.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
But yes, I get your point.
I second that emotion.
42-40 your score. Mohawks up by 2.
And who would have thought we'd had a Smokey Robinson reference here during our ball game? second that emotion.
Again, the Mohawks staying right with the man-to-man defense.
This low scoring has to play in the favor of Adena. Mohawks have ripped off, 70, 60 all year long.
See, you're leaving one-on-one matchup.
Yeah.
In the center of the paint is wide open. So what they're doing is creating a one-on-one matchup for out top,
they're just
clearing the paint.
They're just clearing it out.
That's all they're doing.
Kind of like an end of a half situation. Clear out and let this guy take it.
For 3, no good. Rebound wins for the Mohawks.
That's an easy call there on Caden Lee.
With this rule change with the foul situation, as you can see, that's only 2 fouls for the half.
Right.
So it's really changed the whole complexity of the game. As an official, it speeds up the game. I'm just old school and I hate change.
I know.
But I can see where that rule change has sped up the game.
It's a lot of strategy. I've seen it more at the latter end of the year with, guys having to foul. It makes for just something that you
and they spread. Put somebody at the foul line, coach. Keep them at the foul line.
They're pulling it out a little further here.
I mean, they are really spreading the defense out.
I mean, if I was
Mohawks are doing what they need to do. They have a guy at the foul line. They have a guy running the baseline.
I think we got plenty of timeouts. Maybe a 30-second here just to kind of. We got the lead. Yeah, the back door's open to everybody on
now
the
penetrate. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Finish.
Oh, got to finish. Stays here.
$2:15 to go in this one. Mohawks on top by 2.
I love watching Tanner work the officials. He officiates as well, and I love how he's very. Oh, they're going to call a foul.
Yeah.
On Lee.
He got the hands on the ball move there.
Give me the new rule on the spotting of the basketball.
That's ball, if it's below the free throw line and inside the three-point line, everything goes to the baseline.
Okay.
So if it's with a foul line extended outside the three-point line, it goes to the sideline.
Okay. There you go.
Great move to the basket. Actually, pretty good foul. He had a great look at the layup.
He did. Easy lay, and that's going to give him 3.
See here, if the foul was outside the three-point line,
gotcha.
Above the foul line. Oh, nope, should be on the side, fellas. But hey, we'll take it under the basket, right? Good move. Nice little head fake. Another nice little head fake.
Yeah, good
run
job.
The clock, fellas.
Good patience.
Just run the clock.
Don't need a turnover here.
Lynch with the ball out top. Kicks it over to Wolfenbarker.
Get out of that corner. Top. Out of that corner.
Boland looking for the ball.
Yeah,
Lynch has it. He's got to reverse to the basket.
Oh, yeah, he was
out of bounds. Absolutely. Minute 41, folks. You can just feel the elevation.
I'm turning into a fan up here instead of a commentator, and I've got to watch.
Minute 41 to go. Mohawks on top by 2. What a game.
Man.
Back inside to Jenkins. Backs his man down over the little
That's
baby hook. Boland, I'm sorry.
Inside 2 feet, 3 feet. It's automatic with Tanner. That's a big bucket.
See, that's what that's done.
Ooh! What defense there by the Mohawks.
Push it. Nope, now pull it out.
Yep. Quick foul there.
4-point game.
Minute 12 left, and now there's 4 fouls. So Adena still has 1 foul to give. And Adena's going to get a timeout call here.
I'm trying to find the timeouts on the board. I apologize, folks.
So that might, let me look at the score. They've got 1, Adena's got 1 left, and Mohawks have 3. I'm looking at the scorekeepers. So that favors the Mohawks, even though
even better.
Maybe you would call that if they get into a defensive trouble. Coach can call it there.
Absolutely. Or the player can call it, either one.
Okay. Yeah, is that new this year too? Player and a coach.
The player's always been able to call a timeout.
Right.
Minute 12 to go in this one. This has been just a defensive matchup all night long.
Unbelievable.
Not a high-scoring affair.
No.
But Mohawks just with what I saw in the first half and the determination of the Warriors, the Mohawks knew that they were going to have to play all night long. Not take any plays off on either end of the floor. One thing I have noticed, though, that let's see if Coach Scarberry makes any change defensively, if he's going to stay with the man-to-man. I know if we could make some adjustments and go zone, that would stop that drive to the basket, which the Warriors have had success with all night long.
So do you look as a Adena team? You're down 4 here with a minute 12. 1 more foul to give. Do you foul right away?
Put them on the line right now.
Put them on the line right now.
Put them on the line right now. Make the Mohawks win it at the foul line.
Look for the Mohawks. It doesn't matter who you put on the line.
See, get a foul here. Give me a foul call. Come on.
Yeah.
Tenacious defense by the Warriors.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And it really, as I said, it don't matter who you put on the other than number 2, Ivan Ely, just because of his nerves. But every one of these players for Northwest do really good, and I'm going to jinx them probably.
I'll tell you what, the future is bright.
The
future is bright for both of these teams.
Yeah.
Especially the Warriors. They have some young kids. Caden Lee has been accelerating.
Already a leader
as
a sophomore. Oh, tremendous game.
As well as Bryson Smith. First shot is up, and it is good. That's Jenkins. Makes it a 5-point game with
Adena
a minute to
go. We saw it in the first quarter. They were able to light it up from 3. A couple different players. So, you got it. You can't give them that. But that hasn't been their MO the rest of the game. It's just basically the first couple of minutes there in the game.
Second shot is good.
That's huge.
Makes it a 6-point ball game.
That's huge. 1 minute left. Can you feel it, Bub? Can you feel it?
Yeah, and he did just that. Don't
hard foul. Yep.
See, so that's what happens again in a man-to-man if you can't match up defensively. And tonight so far, Mohawks have had a little bit of trouble matching up defensively with the speed and explosiveness of some of the players for the Warriors.
And you know they're going to meet teams like this as they progress further. Especially if they win the night, they're going to end up playing like a Portsmouth. They're going to be the same thing. So
Smith's first shot is good.
They're going to have whoever wins tonight's going to have a few days off. I think March the 3rd is the next game at the Convo. Why not work in a defensive zone, nice rebound by Lentz. They're going to try to foul right away here.
They have to foul.
They do, yeah.
Stop the
That's
clock.
the guy you want at the line. 5-point lead. As I mentioned, Tanner Boland, a sensational year. If it was up to me, if I was like an SOC guy, I would put him and Connor as co-SOC players of the year just because Connor, both of them have had just a sensational year. It's hard to say one was better than the other, you know what I mean?
What a terrific night. It's a pleasure to watch the Mohawks.
Yeah.
Because I've officiated them in the past when, let's just be honest, they haven't been very good.
Oh, no.
Now they're very good.
Yeah.
They execute very well.
Yeah.
They run their offense to perfection against the zone defense. They've had to do that all night long. They've been extremely patient.
This team has been under the radar for many years. Lentz and Boland have been 4-year starters. And now it's come to fruition.
Smooth.
And that's how you win ball games right there, bub.
7-point game in 50 seconds.
Don't foul. They're going to be taking a 3. Don't foul. Just hold it.
Yep.
Hold it.
Make them foul you. Yep. Get it across half court.
There we go. Okay.
First objective in that situation, Brian, is you want to make sure, first thing is you get the ball in the front court.
Right.
Where you get the 10-second count off. Get it in the front court, then make them foul you. Just play keep away, basically, is what you do. So you get it in the front court, play keep away, make them foul you, keep the ball away from them, and get to the free throw line.
I know anything can happen, but this could be a game sealer right here. But I've seen stranger things happen, so.
Free throw is good. Make it an 8-point game with 37 seconds remaining.
Will we stay here for the net cutting? Yeah, we can. Okay.
Make it a 9-point game. And we have a timeout on the court. And we're going to get another word from our sponsor.
Yeah, we want to thank Billy Crabtree, Andy and Misty Lentz, Kurt and Jessica Smith, I-10 of Portsmouth and Lucasville, and Infinity and Beyond Salon of Lucasville. And most of those sponsors are probably, I think they are in the stands tonight. We appreciate that. And the Mohawk faithful that are watching by way of live stream. We have several people that are going through sickness, elderly, cannot make it to these games. Haven't been able to make it all year long. So when the pandemic hit, Bub, there was a need.
Yes.
BMG Media, Michael Gray stepped into that void and said, let's do something about it. All of us over at Northwest High School, we did the same thing. We started Mohawk Media, and it's been a game changer for our communities. And now about every school is doing the same thing. And so and now we're kind of on the flip side of everybody's wanting to say, where's everybody at? We need to come back to the stands. It's like church.
Yep.
It's like church.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing like being here. I mean, the atmosphere here is electric. You can feel, I hope you can feel the excitement in our voice, Mohawk fans, and those that are watching. It's been unbelievable. It's been an ebb and flow game, and looks like the Mohawks may come away with a victory here tonight.
For the 3, no good.
Man,
Rebound, Jenkins.
He's going to be a career player for Adena going forward. Caden Lee. He needs to, Lucas King needs to hold his head up high. He did all he could tonight.
Yeah, the Warriors have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of the way they've played tonight.
Exactly how, and if there's other schools out there watching and scouting, which there are.
Yeah. Adena's going to be a team to reckon with in the SVC. I know Union Oda is going to graduate what we would say a lot of their studs on that team. And Adena's got 2 sophomores that play at a very, very high level, especially in a sectional final here tonight
against the 20-3 Mohawk team. You know,
they have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. Just be sure to get the ball across half court. We want to make sure that you fans stick around with us after the game. We will be celebrating the Nets. He circles back around. Oh, no, that's just absolutely
intentional foul.
Great call by the official.
Good call.
Great call by the official. Yep, he deserved it. Official gave him an opportunity to be quiet.
Yep.
So with 10 seconds, it's getting a little bit ugly here.
Yeah.
So the officials, what they'll do here in this process is you have 2 technical fouls. You have an intentional foul, which is a technical foul, and you shoot them in the order in which they recurred. So the Mohawks will go shoot
the intentional foul
I stand corrected.
Okay.
They're going to do it just backwards now because let's see how they handle it. It'll be, and it should end up being Mohawk basketball at the side.
Okay.
At half court.
So I missed the technical assessed. Was there a technical assessed?
Yeah, there was a technical assessed on
us on Northwest.
Yeah, on Lentz for
he was
taunting.
He was jawing. Yeah. He was. He's my cousin, so I can tell. I'll defend him. He was just sticking up for his player.
Yeah. I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, if it was a 2-point game, what are you doing? You know what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I know Mamaw Lentz is watching tonight. We call her Aunt Barbara, and she's.
It still should be Mohawk ball on the side.
Yeah. So this will be this.
So
is
you shoot these in the order in which they occurred.
Okay.
So they went down and shot the 2 shots here. They're going to shoot the shot 2 shots here. Should be Mohawk ball here on the side.
Okay. So even though the technical happened after the intentional, it's still Mohawk
the intentional
ball?
overrides it.
Okay. Because it was a dead ball, basically?
Yes.
Oh, they're going to
They're going to give it.
They're going to give it to Adena, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, regardless.
All right. Well, that is it, May.
Yeah, just let it go. 5 seconds. Good.
That's going to do it.
Sectional champions, buddy. Let's go. Northwest Mohawks 2024 sectional championship. We're going on the banner, fellas. We're coming home with the championship. We're moving on. Guess where we're going, bub? The Convo, baby.
The Convo.
Sweet Lou.
To basketball 30.
It's been almost, I think, over 2 decades since we've been back to the Convo. So what an exciting time for the Northwest Mohawks, sectional champions against the Adena Warriors. Final score 54-46, and that score isn't indicative of how close this game was.
This was a hard-fought game all the way up to about 4 minutes to go in the game. And hats off to Coach Scarberry and the Mohawks tonight. One thing that I noticed about this team from the start of the game, Brian, is that this team knew halfway through the first quarter, we better step it up and play.
Exactly right.
These guys came tonight to play, and the Mohawks or the Warriors were looking to knock off the Mohawks tonight and almost achieved that. But
they really had
a great job by the coaching staff of the Mohawks and the players hanging in there and fighting to this thing, because it was a battle.
It was a dogfight. It was a dogfight the entire game. Hats off to the Adena Warriors. What a tremendous defensive game tonight. They did what they had to do. They stuck with their game plan, trap defense, zone defense, spread this game out, make this court smaller than what it is. We alluded to that at the beginning of the game, had no idea what they were going to do, and they did exactly that. Kept it low scoring, but the Mohawks were able to come away with some big plays, some big and ones, kept their head in the game. They lost Caleb Lewis, senior, integral part of their team. They lost him with 5 minutes left in this game. And big hats off to Ivan Ely coming in and filling that as a freshman. Had a little jitters on the foul line. That's understandable. They won't let him live that down, but that's okay. So now we see him cutting down the net. Again, that's a big win for the Mohawks. They'll be moving on to district semifinals. That game will be on March the 3rd at 4:15. 4:15, March the 3rd. So that is such a terrible time for myself and Bub Norris, because we are both preachers and we will not be doing games on Sundays.
You got
it. Now I'm not sure. Thank you, Paul. BMG Media, I know this is what he does for a living. So if we have sponsors, okay. So if you're watching this, Mohawk community, and we have enough sponsors, let me just explain something to you. This is a lot more than just bringing an iPad, setting it up. This is a well-oiled machine. Plus, in tournament time, it's illegal to not have paperwork. You got to have permission with the OHSAA. Michael Gray and BMG Media have all got all that covered. So if you are not able to go and maybe you want to help sponsor the game on the 3rd, BMG Media will cover it. You just won't have the amazing announcers, but they'll still cover it on behalf of Mohawk Country. So get a hold of me. You can message me through Mohawk Media or go to my Facebook page. Or those of you that know me, you got my number. Let's make sure we keep following these Mohawks. We have no idea who they're going to play yet. That game might be, even later tonight or even tomorrow, because I know there's some games going on at Waverly tonight. There's some games going on tomorrow. It's really it's a tough. That Southeast District.
It is.
In every division, it's tough.
Let me just again rehash what we've already seen tonight and already spoken about. Very impressed with the tenacity and the style of play of the Mohawks tonight.
Yeah.
Much improved program across the board.
Yes.
Kids never quit.
Never.
And it would have been easy for them halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, they're down 15-4 or 17 to whatever the score was. And then to fight their way back into this thing thinking, okay, we're going to have to play to win this thing.
And, buddy,
they did just that.
They climbed back into this game.
You also got to tip your hat off to the Adena Warriors, because they came to play on a mission tonight.
Their fans were here. Our fans were here. They packed this place out exactly what you wanted for a sectional final. And my Mohawks will be going back to the Convo for the first time since 2010.
Oh, wow.
So 14 years since they've been to the Convo. And I don't want to, jinx anything, but I think the last time we were there, we played Portsmouth. And that might be the matchup, the 4 against the 5. I mean, wow. That's going to be a great ball game. So it don't matter who they play. Piketon and Portsmouth are playing tonight or tomorrow, so it could be a really interesting scenario for the Mohawks. What
both
a
of these
matchup.
teams have a terrific future. The Mohawks have a terrific future. The Warriors have a terrific future. They've done a great job. And again, we want to thank everybody, our sponsors. And
one more time, folks. Billy Crabtree, Andy and Misty Lentz, Kurt and Jessica Smith, I-10 of Portsmouth and Lucasville, Infinity and Beyond Salon of Lucasville.
So we want to thank everybody once again tonight for tuning in with us. We're going to wrap it up here tonight. It's been the Warriors moving on. Not the Warriors, I'm sorry.
Mohawks.
The Mohawks. The Mohawks moving on.
Mighty Mohawks, baby.
To the Convocation Center to have a visit with Sweet Lou at the Convocation Center. So, Brian, it has been an absolute pleasure to work with you once again tonight.
Let's keep doing this. Let's meet on the 9th.
The other side.
Yeah, March 9th. Let's go back to the Convo.
So, Brian, thank you for joining us tonight. For BMG Media, for Brian Bear, I'm Bub Norris saying good night. God bless. God bless America, everybody.